Hi, welcome back for another Science Challenge Week experiment. My opening question for you today is, what are those long, weird-looking things hanging down from caves? They are called a stalactite. We're going to be trying to create our own stalactite. What you're going to be needing is 2 mason jars, food coloring, some string or yarn, scissors, bendy straws, a bowl, pipe cleaners, possibly some bamboo skewers, and some baking soda. Grab your supplies and come join me in making our own stalactite. You're going to need about 4 feet of yarn, and what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to fold it in half like so and then tie it off. Now that we have our string that we folded in half and I just put a simple knot on the end, we're going to take our straw and we're going to push our string through our straw using our skewer. Like so. And you're going to continue doing that through our other straw. And my straws, I use a skewer to get it through my straws on both ends. Now, if you don't have a skewer, you can use a pipe cleaner or anything else small and slender to help you pull the string. Again, I use a skewer, or you can use anything else small and slender to help you pull your string through your straws. Some more information on a stalactite. These are the drippy columns you see in caves, and they just grow a few inches every 1,000 years. So you think growing to be 4 foot or 5'3" takes a while. Imagine being a stalactite. The best part, it won't take 1,000 years for our experiment to take place. And you can observe how they grow with our experiment that we're going to be using today. In just a few seconds, we're going to pour hot tap water in our 2 mason jars that I have set up on the end. In between, I have a paper towel and 2 bowls that's going to be utilized for the dripping of our science experiment. When we do this, we're going to be watching out for the solution to start dripping into the bowls right away. You will begin to see crystals to form after a day or so. So, with that being said, this is going to take patience. It's not going to happen overnight. It might, but we don't know. So definitely be on the safe side and get those patient skills ready. What's going on? The baking soda, or the sodium bicarbonate, is a crystal, meaning it forms a distinctive shape. As the solution of dissolved baking soda moves throughout the yarn that we're going to set up between our 2 jars, it moves through the capillary action. The water evaporates, forcing the baking soda to form again as a solid. And we're going to see that crystallization process in between our 2 strands of string in between our jars. So that's what we're going to be looking for. The capillary action on the string to move the baking soda, or the water evaporates up, and it's going to form again as a solid on our crystallization process on our string through here. Alright, now that I got my hot tap water, I'm going to pour about 2/3 full in each mason jar. Now I'm going to be pouring a baking soda into each jar. I'm going to start off with 2 tablespoons in each jar. The goal is to keep adding our baking soda until when we stir it, it won't dissolve anymore. So I'm going to start with 2 and then go from there. It may take up to 5 tablespoons. Alright, now that I see my baking soda at the bottom, I can start. This is a great opportunity to add my food coloring. You can do whatever food coloring you like, or if you would like to keep it plain, that is totally acceptable. So in this jar over here, I'm going to add about 6 squirts of purple food coloring. And on this one over here, I'm going to add about 6 of green. the two mason jars set up on the end with my bowls in the middle and a paper towel on below it. The bowls are going to catch anything that falls in between our strands. And remember, the crystals are very delicate and will fall easily if moved just a little bit. So set up your experiment in a place where you can leave it for several days. We're going to soak our yarn in the solution. So we're going to just place our yarn in our jars and hang them in between the bowls. So now we're just going to be patient and watch for our crystallizations to form. And again, we're watching for the capillary action to pull the baking soda up, like our plant roots pull the water up from the soil. It's going to pull it up, and it's going to bring it down here, and a crystallization is going to form. As the crystallization happens, some excess of liquid is going to be in our bowl. Carefully remove the bowls and add it back into the jar. That is a-okay, but remember, our crystals are going to be very fragile, so you want to be careful when doing any type of movement. Remember, this is a patience game, and we have to just be patient to see how this is going to work. It may take an hour, it may take a couple days. We have to be patient and see. Real stalactites are created through a similar process. In certain caves, water flows through soft rock, such as limestone, and carries away dissolved minerals. As the mineralized water drips from the ceiling, it creates an icicle-like column of minerals and crystals. The world's largest stalactite is more than 25 feet long.